I don't remember what volume the background music should be at. So yeah. Fun. You want to hear something that pisses me off? Which is my own fault, because I didn't stream during September like I should have. Well, I don't know, would I have even remembered then? Well, no, because I here's the issue, right? I subbed during September, specifically so I could participate in Twitch culture and like, you know, have the fucking sub badge. All I want to do is have sub badges. I hate when I see someone and they have a cool badge and I don't. I have nothing. And so I subbed to someone who I thought seemed pretty cool. I found on Game Dev Twitch. And I guess it's because I used my Twitch sub, it didn't count. But I don't have a sub badge anymore. Anyway, it's very tragic. I didn't get a sub badge. I know I know what it looks like, because I have like my personal account that I used that I spent bits on. I spent like 5 bits on on one of my personal accounts. And it got a sub badge. I needed the September badge. I'm seething. Screaming. Hello, Clerk Like a Cat. How are you doing? This is a very chill, relaxing comeback stream. I'm gonna try and come back to the streaming every day. There's no reason I haven't. It's just that I'm lazy and I procrastinate. Like, I wish I could give some like tragic backstory, but there isn't. I'm just chill. I'm just too chill to care. I'm gonna care a little and start streaming because it's very fun. And you make friends and connections, and that's pretty great. But most important, it gets me to fucking work on my shit every day, which is what's most important of all. Now, I can't help but notice that despite the fact that you've spoken, my Twitch bot has not dropped a copy of a goober with your name on it in my stream interface, which has me slightly concerned considering it's supposed to do that. That's not great. I just tested this yesterday. You wanna know what's funny, Clerk Like a Cat? I was actually gonna sub all throughout September. Or not all throughout September. I was playing Silk Song, okay? Give me a break. I really love Hollow Knight. And I really, really love Silk Song. And it's really fun. And why do anything when I can instead grind a boss for a bit and beat it and have that satisfaction? And so that's what I did. And then I tried to stream like the first week of September. And then my Twitch interface stopped working because of an API update on Twitch or something. I don't know. But I sat there for like a couple hours and I fixed it. And of course I lost the energy, so I procrastinated. I put it off. And then like 2 weeks later, I was like, you know what? Let's do this. I try again. There's another issue I have to solve or whatever. And I fixed it. There's an update with Gift. Godot in Twitch function something, which is a library I use to create my Twitch interface in Godot. And so I do that. I fix that. You know, it takes a couple hours. I'm like, all right, I'm tired. I guess I won't stream today. A couple more weeks go by. You know, it's October 1st, yesterday. And I say, all right, I'm going to stream every day of October. I'm going to do this. It's 9 p.m. This is my new time. I think 9 p.m. works better for my schedule. So I'm going to do 9 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever time it is for anyone else. I'm sure that time works good for like West Coast, because that's, you know, it's that 9 p.m. is the latest it will be in America. So it's a pretty good time for an American audience. I don't know how good it is for European. I'm a European. But I wonder, what time is it in Spain right now? It's just the Atlantic Ocean, so I imagine it's like 5 or 6 hours plus. So it's probably 3 a.m., right? It's 3:50 a.m. Okay. But I mean, what about like a little more to the right, Germany? It's still 3:50 a.m. Okay. So maybe 9 p.m. isn't the most optimal time for all of the world to watch me stream, but it's the optimal time for me. And you'll just have to live with it. Greetings, Valorous. How's it going? I noticed your name always Valorous Vagrant Wraith. Was it always that? I feel like it was something else. Maybe I'm wrong. I have very bad memory. Okay, so October 1st comes. And let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. I feel like it's loud as hell. And I know these playlists having inconsistent volumes all the time. Oh my god. Like, if I'm hearing it that loud from my speakers, it must be blasting through the stream. What was I talking about? October 1st, yesterday. I try to run the stream, and it's like, oh, invalid token, because the new gift update had a new caching token system that I didn't have set up properly, so I'd like refigure that out, spend an hour or two on that, figure out how to open the token verification thing with the browser of my choice, and then enjoy your ads are gonna be delivered in a couple seconds. I'm still gonna keep talking though. You'll never know. It was lowercase. People need to uppercase their shit. Clerk like a cat. You should uppercase the clerk and the cat part, and maybe the like it part too. And I just like that style. You know, I'm some ram dev. Imagine if I did some ram dev all lowercase. What would I even be then? People know if I don't chat too much because I'm painting my nails. Oh, hell yeah. Same. Or I guess I've already, so I guess not same. Well, yeah. No. Yeah. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Welcome. Anyway, that's my excuses for why I haven't streamed sooner. That's my excuse for I didn't stream through all of September. Not like I'm a big streamer that it would matter with, but you know, I feel like I definitely could have gotten like a couple free dollars and also way more progress with game dev. So yeah. It's always so funny to me when like people are so focused on the social media meta of like a smaller creator. It's like, you don't gotta worry. It doesn't make that much of a difference. I promise you. But it is interesting. It's kind of, I don't know, it's fun. It's fun to play the game that is content creation. Anywho, I feel like I was getting somewhere with this, but I've forgotten. So instead, let's get straight on to what I'm doing. I am writing a programming, a simple, this isn't a big distraction. This is like a week-long project, and that's it. I promise. A simple programming language for writing cutscene data / event data for actions that occur in a game. You should actually be familiar with this quote-unquote language already, because I've basically designed it already through Super Pixel Guy with... Oh yeah, that's the thing I'm freaking out. I forgot to mention. Where the hell are my guys? Where the fuck are my goobers? Are you serious? I put in all that effort to test things, and then I come here and I'm gooberless. I didn't test summoning my goober before I started. I guess because deep down I knew that it didn't matter if it didn't work. I still should start streaming anyway. Yeah, thank you for the kick, Clerk. Let's see if I type my own A, does it work? I don't think it does. Yeah. So what's up with that? And I can't okay, wait, here it is. Token is invalid, aborting. Okay. Login authentication failed. All right. Yeah, okay, apparently I didn't connect to the Twitch API somehow. Nice. Okay. I'll have to figure that out. It should prompt me to reconnect via browser when that happens, but I guess no, it shouldn't. It only prompts that when the token isn't cached at all. And I knew that I was gonna have to set up a system where if it fails, it attempts to cache it or like recreate it. But I didn't do that because I thought that the time would last longer than freaking a day. I thought it lasted a month. I guess not. So I guess no goobers today. It's gonna be a desolate stream. Stream 1.0 fucking stream. Okay, so I'm making a programming language. It's a really simple one, so it's not gonna take up too much time. We're gonna get right back to game dev in like a week, but I really need this. And this is to represent the event like structured like the events I created when I was doing Super Pixel Guy like level design, where you'd have these actions that appear in a row and they'd execute sequentially to move the camera, have various things in the world move at certain points, you know, all at once, simultaneously, or awaiting. I need that. I need that system for developing games. But the issue is, I don't like the UI for making it. It's such a hassle to streams are such a great way to make sure you get your games done. Yeah. That type in chat is to appear as a lie. A lie! You're right. You're right. Here, I got you. Hold on. Where is it? This one? Okay, there. It's gone. It's gone. No worries. No worries. In fact, here, I can do you one better. Type in chat. It don't matter. Nothing will happen. And let me remove some of these spaces so it's all visible again. I wanted to kick that fence into oblivion. No, there'll be no fence kicking today. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Yes. Programming language. This is called Silly Script. The idea is it represents JSON data, but in a more compact way, disguised as a programming language. So let's say, for example, I wanted to represent a list of quote unquote events to occur as data for my game. It would be something like, first I need like an identifying key that's consistent across all of each data entry. So it'd be something like kind. I'll make it 0 for now. And then you'd have like unique sort of entries into this dictionary for what this action does. So if kind 0 equates to moving the camera some way, you do something like start and then like, you know, an XYZ position and then end. And this would be, I don't know, 3, 3, 3. Right? And then you can do this and then repeat it for some other things. So you could say kind 1 would mean force the player to jump. And then you'd have like, you know, a jump entry of height 12. And you could hypothetically code the events like this. Or like, I could have... The idea basically is I want an easier way to represent my eventing quote-unquote data as text so I can manipulate it easier when I need to. Because Godot's UI system is meh. It's meh. It's bleh. Yuck. And so what if I could do something like move camera? I don't know. X1, Y2, Z3, and then the end would be, I don't know, maybe we just put 3 here and then figure it out. No, we'll do X3, Y3, Z3. Like that, right? And then another action would be jump by 12. And I want to do that. And you could do this with GDScript and have it queue up things. Now that I think about it, that'd probably be a better way to do this, huh? That makes actually way more sense to just make that with GDScript. Okay, I gotta be honest. I kind of just wanted to make a programming language for the sake of saying that I wrote my own game in my own programming language, right? Just so I could say that. I'm enough of the bull, enough of the charade. That's what I really want. There, I said it. I admit it. I want to number one say I've made a programming language, which I have in the past. I've made 2. One was in 2019, 2020 called Tasty Fresh, and it was untyped and awful. And the second one was Lax, which was a super meta Hax programming language that was written entirely using Hax compile time macros. And it would read in Lax files at compile time. Good first step made. Admit your vanity. It's true. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what's funny is there's no goober, so you can't even read the chat on stream. Oh, well, lost content. Lost forever. No one will ever know. Huh. boom, 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 boom. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So 2022 was like lax, right? And that was a fun project to do. It's the first language of its kind. It's very interesting. I'm sure you could do something similar with I guess you can't really, because there's no other language like Hax that lets you fully define new types. I guess there is. You could do that in Rust. You could probably make a lax for Rust. I'm getting off topic though. Now this is my third attempt at a programming language, and unlike the first two, I have pretty good utility. I'm pretty capable of finishing this one because the features I need are not that much. And the whole concept is very simple. It is literally just a data representation language. So as you can see here, the idea is to generate this JSON, right? But doing it with this kind of syntax. And so the answer to that is you write a Python-like scripting language called test. I'm sorry it's not colored. I don't have syntax colors yet. But if I wanted to recreate this, this JSON, for example, the way you'd write that, god damn, this fucking music. Can we stop? There, okay. I really, I had a whole fucking like 3-month break, and God forbid I actually just make a playlist. All I'd have to do is just add one song a day to a YouTube playlist, and this would be done. This would be fine, but no. Anyway, to represent this JSON in SillyScript, you would do, well, let me copy it over. You would essentially do this. So the top level of SillyScript is either a dictionary or an array based on whether the entries use keys or not. Since this is an unkeyed subscope, that means it's an array. And then you put in the entries like this. So kind 0, start 1, 2, 3, end 3, 3, 3. Okay. And this is a dictionary basically. And then I'll make another dictionary of kind 1 with height 12. Shh, don't tell anyone I'm supposed to be asleep. It's okay, Photogenic. Me too. I actually fucked up. I told a friend I was on a voice call with that I was going to go to sleep after that. And I was like, no, I'm feeling good right now. I'm actually going to stream. And so right before I leave the call, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go stream now. And they're like, okay. And I was like, it's weird they like were like very hesitant where they're okay. And then like shortly after I left the call, I realized, oh shit, I told them I was going to go straight to bed. And that I had a time frame of what I was gonna do because I was gonna go straight to bed. But now they think I'm just an asshole who's lying about that and then doesn't change their mind within the call. And so I just sound like an asshole. But they're making a video. That's what I was in the call for. We're collabing on a video. And it comes out tomorrow, maybe. So look forward to that. That's also kind of why I was motivated to start today. Because I got up, I turned on my fucking camera, I spoke to someone. Oh, that's the energy I needed to reinvigorate myself. Did I say hello, Photogenic Male? Hello. How's it been? I would say it's been a while, but we were just chatting like yesterday in fucking Moon's chat, so hello, how's it going? You missed my whole spiel about how I was gonna stream yesterday, but I couldn't because of fucking bullshit with the Twitch API. And then today I turned on my stream and shit didn't work when people started typing in chat. So, you know, it's no matter what I did, I was gonna have a first stream where everything just failed. Okay, so this is a representation of data in JSON like this. Now, this, of course, who's texting me? This, of course, is basically no different from JSON. This is the exact same sort of lines of code. So the way we make this look nicer is in my SillyScript language, you can predefine common formats for like dictionaries or arrays using def, similar to Python, except instead of defining a function, I guess you define like a template. I was thinking about just calling it like template, but you know, fuck it. The defined keyword works here because they're defining like a template. Oh, we JSONing? Yes. Yes, I'm gonna have to repeat myself all over again, but basically I'm writing a language that converts to data structures. In this case, JSON. In the future, maybe other types of data structures. But no, you're good. You're good. I knew I'd have to. And the idea is it lets me write cutscene like events without having to use the Godot UI because I hate doing that. But it'll convert to JSON, which I can then convert to the data within the Godot editor that will still have the visual component. And so what I really want, my end goal is to have a Godot like thing, like a Godot window where one tab is the visual UI, like drag and drop for event manipulation. And then you click on another tab and it converts that to a representation in JSON or my own custom language that you can then edit. And then when you edit one side, it automatically converts it like updates the other side as well. And so it's working on the same thing basically, but you have like two representations to make things easier. Are you storing like the camera information, or is it some other part of Godot? This is all just for camera. That's just like that's just for demonstration purposes. The way the language, quote unquote, is executed is not actually defined by the language itself. The language just simply converts itself to JSON, and then the way that's handled is defined by the game itself, if that makes sense. So for my events, they basically have like this value here called kind that's consistent between all events that tells you what kind, quote unquote, of action is going to occur for this specific action. So let's say I wanted to move the camera. I do def camera move, and I can do like start, list, end list, and it returns a dictionary. Whoops. And then you'd put in the entries, right? So kind is always going to be 0 because that's consistent for knowing what camera move is when you're reading the JSON. And start would be start, and end would be end. And then instead of this, you would simply call it in one line, like this, like you would for a typical quote-unquote programming language. And so that's the idea. And this is all that's supported right now. Today I just basically spent implementing def, but in the future, so hopefully the next couple days, I want to make a statement called syntax. And syntax lets you create a definition for custom syntax in the language itself. This is what makes this language more reusable for other projects, because nothing is set in stone. So I'm gonna, instead of F, let me think of like talk, for example. What I might want to do is have a syntax called talk, where you first define the syntax like declaration like this, and then within the first entry is the syntax entry that defines the syntax. So I could do name, which is an identifier, so I guess it'd just be indent, colon, then I guess dialogue, which would be a string. And then you would take this, and then you have a second definition or function. Functions are a whole other thing. And you, I don't know, transmute, convert. I haven't decided on the name of the function for the syntax yet. But the parameters of this transmute function are the same as the parameters you define in the syntax template using these triangle brackets. So if you do dialogue and name, you can convert these to a dictionary. That would be the name, dialogue. And so the idea there is that once you define this syntax here, you can do something like, I don't know, Maria. Oh no, Shadow, don't leave the space station. And then this would be a valid syntax. This is actually an invalid syntax because the colon here would make this a dictionary entry. It needs to be something like this for it to actually be valid now that I think about it. Huh. Someone played Sonic. Oh, have I played Sonic? Oh, Sonic consumed my life. It is never stopped consuming my life. Soon you'll be able to build it from the ground up. Exactly, right? Careful with memory leak. It's difficult to know when to throw out information. No. It's fully garbage collected. There's gonna be no memory. But yes. And so this would then, using the syntax declaration up here, convert itself to, this JSON. Name, Maria, dialogue, and then this content right here. So, right? And so I'd be basically making my own, like, language within the language, I guess. That's the idea. I love the wibbly wobbly you've said. It makes the sketchbook slide. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that I like totally not completely revamped, but did a lot of work on my my Twitch interface. It needs some more work. I had bigger goals for what I wanted to do, but this is a start. I really like the trees. I really enjoy those. I put a lot of work into color this time. I really wanted there to be a good vibe. I saw other Twitch interfaces that were all pink and purple and blue and fucking gorgeous, and I thought to myself, damn, I want pink and purple and blue and fucking gorgeous, like a gorgeous palette, right? So here we are. And then you can't really see it right now because it's the only scene I have set up, but you know, do I even have, yeah, here we go. I got stuff in the background. I got this like weird goo shit going on here. Let's see if there's anything else I can find. Yeah, there's like buildings around here. They're designed in a way so that when the camera goes to the different phases, you can see them better. Especially the trees too. Like I know there's one if you keep going this way. Let's see if I can reach it. Boo, 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 boo. This goo was inspired by, oh, here it is. So if I was in the coding phase, this would be like in the background for that one. And now we're like really inside it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this, look at that fucking screen space reflection on the building. Ooh. Anyway. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. No, you're so good. That's what I come to stream for. I'm not off track. It's the same thing you made your Cloudbox in the other game. No. Oh, I mean, kind of, nah, a little. I mean, they're both noise-based, I think. But the clouds are more layered, right? And this is more just like a flat sort of, like, you know, plane with a shader on it that animates it. What I should do is put that shader as my green screen. That'd look cool. But the shader is inspired by the Mononoke movie, which has this like cursed Mononoke effect that looks just like this. Mononoke, of course, referring to the movie literally called Mononoke, or the franchise called Mononoke, not to be confused with Princess Mononoke, which is a whole different thing. Mononoke slays. It is amazing. Yes. It is my inspiration. It is everything. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music. Let's turn that shit up. Bum, 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 bum. I'll have to look up. Hell yeah. Okay, so for this stream, I wasn't really planning to develop the language itself per se. What I really need to do is do documentation and tests and all that boring shit. So let me see if I can set up like a testing system for today. The difficult part is I think because this is different from what I've usually done before. For this, I need to first compile the test. In GitHub Actions, where this will be automated, I need to first compile Silly and then use the Silly to test the input and output. But I guess that system will still be written in HAX. I could write it in Rust if I really want to have fun, but then I mean that'd be more strain on the thing. But maybe that would be better. Like if I have it pre-compiled, that'd put, you know, that cost me less minutes to run on the thing. Maybe I should do that. I don't know. The boring shit is fun for us because you get to explain your genius. I don't know if I call it genius, but thank you. I appreciate it. So let's get to writing test stuff. My favorite. No, it's especially fun since I'm writing a language. I need to also test errors. So it's gonna be a lot. I have to test each individual error, which right now there's a lot of them. If we go to compile error, you can't even see them all in here. The main one's parser errors, I think. Okay, that doesn't look like that much, but you see all of them right here. Like I should probably test each individual one in a test, which is fun. Okay. But I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to fucking do this. Well, yeah, because you got to be able to you don't want things to, I'm using HAX, which is, there's a word, I don't remember what the word is. There's a word for designing your code in a way where every state is representable. And that's what this language is. And so everything that possibly could go wrong has its own like returnable state as an error that I can handle. Very Rust coded, very good and objectively correct way to do things. So, well, I mean, it's just what it takes to have like a, you know, a good, I don't know what the word is, design. I mean, it looks like a lot, but it wasn't, you know, I added it slowly over time over the past couple days when I started making this. I wish I could show you the output. Wait, maybe I can. Fuck, do I open the console? I don't know if I want to open the console. What if it like shows shit like on my file system? But also, I don't know how to. Like, sure, if I open console, it'll open right here. How do I open the Visual Studio console? So if I do that, then I don't have to worry about you guys not being able to see the console. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I never use Visual Studio console. I have no fucking clue. Is it in a view? Debug console. Output. Problems. Terminal. I'm sorry, doctor. It's terminal. Okay. There we go. That's good. That's something. Okay. And then let me type something in here. So it would be, what do I do? This. So here is the command to compile the project and then execute it on test.silly. Now this is not going to work because test.silly has invalid syntax right now. And also it's taking forever. Why are you taking forever? This shouldn't take this long. The whole point of this project is supposed to be fast and simple. Oh. Okay, apparently it's done. That's not correct. It should throw an error on this line right here. But okay. Let's try that again. If you don't want to dig 3 minutes. No, I found it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got this. There we go. Look at my custom errors. That's so nice. I did them all colored. This is all intentional. So like, you know, I know there's no syntax highlighting, but I do have syntax. I do have colors for my errors, which is nice. This is happening because I haven't designed it so that array literals can be done like this. Usually they have to be done this way with like a colon. 1, 2, 3. But I do also want to support the more traditional JSON/JavaScript inline format like that. VS like doesn't like going fast because it's god damn, sorry. It's containerized computer. Whatever that means. I wonder if this actually works. Wait a second. And colon 3, 3, 3, 3. Right? Or would it be the comma has to be on this? And then we indent again down here. And then we do that. Or does it not matter because... Oh, God. Because these... They only checked for the indent after the colon. So I could do this. And then it have an indent relative to this? I don't know. I don't like this. This is cursed. But I need to think about this because I am developing a language. So what's going to happen here? You're playing mind games. No. Expecting a semicolon here. Where? Oh, here maybe? Are you serious? Oh my god, I think it worked. What is this print? Value parser 90. Why are you printing shit, bro? No, value parser against subparsers. Oh, I guess I am printing stuff. There was no match. Okay, because it saw a parentheses close, but it needs an unindent first. So like that. And then I can run. What's your end of line requirement or end of syntax? It's a semicolon, but let me start to... Oh my god, it actually passed. Okay, then yeah, these aren't valid yet either. But if this runs, it's pretty impressive. Okay, I guess I do understand my syntax. Because this is ignored. This is indented. But the Lexer should know that... Okay, that knows that that's a full indent. And then it goes back to this, and then it goes to this. Okay, I guess my Lexer is just goated like that, and that works. So now the camera move, which has kind 0 start end, like this, will have... If we go up to the output, kind 0 start end for the 1, 2, 3, and 3, 3, 3. And then if we did like another one... So, camera move... 9, 8, 7. This looks so awful. This is 1, 1, 1. And then we run that. And then, hooray, there it is. Woohoo! So definitions work in this language. I've got to write tests. This is why I need to write tests. So I have consistent, like, things to know how syntaxes should work. I just need to make them able to be arrayed. Yeah! I'll probably do that tomorrow along with... What else? There's another feature. I need to do imports. I need a system. I don't know if I actually need a system. I'm gonna decide whether I should have like an import system or if you just add the imports through the command line as like the call. It doesn't make much sense. It should be a system where you import in the file. Like up here you do import. Moonwood just walked in and got mad. He didn't get a notification. Oh my fucking god, Clerk! I forgot that you and Moonwood were like the same. They're not the same, but like, you know. Ah, that's pretty funny. Sorry guys, it's been a while. I don't have all my things remembered. Hello Moonwood. Hello. Look at the cat. How's it going? I'm streaming. I did it. I streamed. Are you proud of me, Moonwood? I did it for you. I did it for you. Please. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging me. Yeah. I don't know. It happens. What was I even talking? Oh yeah, imports. Because imports are hell, because then like, do I just import raw fucking .silly files? I guess I have to. Trust me, Moonwood, you're not missing much. This is not a fun... I'm not doing game dev. I'm doing language dev, which is very not fun. I'm so proud. This is so wholesome. This is what a wholesome outcome. You made your language file type .silly? Yes. Oh yeah, I mentioned the name is Silly Script. I was surprised it wasn't taken already, but hell yeah. It's just fucking... The language is Silly Lang. I like it a lot. I'm shocked it hadn't been taken before. I had another one I was looking to use, but it was taken. What was it? I guess Metascript, which, you know, is a bit more literal take on what the language does, as it's with the syntax customization, very like meta programmy, meta codey. So if I could have gotten Metascript, I would have taken it, but honestly, I think I like Silly Script way more. It is so hilarious. I'll have to use it now. Well, okay, my goal for tomorrow, I forgot, it's not to do imports or like the value syntaxes, which I do also want to do, but I want to make an online playground where you can test the language yourself. And so, yes, and that's going to be easy because the whole language is written in Hex, which can be converted and ran as JavaScript, which is a big thing. That's a big plus, because then all sort of like playgrounds or test code online things can be done completely locally without a server on a website. And so in my documentation, which I also have and is in process, but I don't have things. I don't have browser for my streaming because my streaming setup is so janky. But if I did, I'd show you my documentation. It's pretty sick. It's pretty cool. I'll probably link it to you if I cared enough. And you could tell by the glow of my other monitor that I am going to link it to you. Ooh, yeah. See, I want this like first page to be. See, this is what I should just link you the fucking docs that I spent like hours writing. That way you don't have to. That way, if you have any questions, you can just go there. Yeah, I guess the Marines are recruiting and they have Twitch ads now. I hate it. I hate it. Why are they recruiting? No, they don't have to recruit. Docs. Oh, you're trying to fight me? Am I a threat to society? I might be. They might need to get some troops to handle me. Don't tell them I'm streaming again. They'll know where I am. They'll know where I am. But yeah, that's my language. Let's write some tests, shall we? I don't think I'm gonna get anything done. Trying to... I hate how I took away the thing where things dither away when your hand is close to them, because I just made it so the window is sized in a way where you can see most of it without anything obscuring it. But it still dithers away my fucking face, which I hate and is really annoying. But whatever. What the hell ever. I'm gonna write some tests. And that's going to be that. Okay, so test, and then I'm going to need a folder for... I guess the source code for running the test will be at here. And then the tests themselves need to be in their own folder. So what I call these unit tests, define unit test. A piece of code that verifies the correct functionality of smallest isolated part of an application. Okay, so that would be a unit test. So I guess silly. Fuck, am I doing capitals or lowercase or like? I guess I've already established I'm using lowercase for the files in this project, folders for this project. I mean, so I guess silly unit tests. And then in here, I'm going to create another folder. This is where I start adding tests. Okay, so first one's just going to be numbers. So I'll make it capital. I'll make it capital at me. Numbers. And the structure of a test will be, I guess we'll find the silly files by iterating through the directory. So it doesn't really matter, but I'll call it main.silly, I guess. And then 1, 2, 3. And then numbers. Well, any file to represent the output or the error. So what would I call this? Should I make it a text file? I guess I should, because then it'll be easier to open with things. Output.txt, and that should be... No, it should be output.json. So it should be expected output.json. And that'll be... Who's texting me? God damn. Oh, it's the fucking notification for Moonwood going live. Hey, go check out Moonwood. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I got Moonwood notification. What the fuck, Twitch? What an asshole. Well, I guess I didn't get it. I got it from Moonwood's Discord, which means also big goal that I meant to do before I started streaming, but I didn't. But I will do by the end of today, which is fucking get my Discord shit in order. I know that's been a thing that people want, which I also really want, because, you know, half the part of streaming is just the socializing aspect, which is amplified through the use of a Discord server, which I don't have active, but I will have active by sometime before tonight, before I go to sleep. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and send, like, reformat everything, send an announcement message, be like, hey, this is changes, hooray! Don't fucking say anything photogenic. I swear to God, you better not. Don't do it till I'm ready. I shouldn't have said anything. What the fuck is wrong with me? Why did I say anything? God damn it. Frick. Okay, so this is the expected output.json, which will match with the output JSON that's generated by the main.silly. And then with functions in SillyScript, you have to provide an output. Wait, why am I not supposed to say nothing? Don't worry about it. Anyway, what's your question? You have to provide an output. Yes. Now, there are going to be, let's not get too confused here. A definition is not a function, even if I may have called it like a function. Like an return type. Yes. Because a definition must always return some sort of data. A definition uses SillyScript syntax always, which always must represent some sort of data. But there's also going to be, what I think you're trying to ask is like functions, which are functions that execute code. And I do have those planned. I don't know if I'm going to have them immediately, but they can't void. Well, because like, how do I describe it? They can't. Because the void would imply they need to execute some sort of action. But you don't really execute actions with SillyScript. You represent data in SillyScript, right? But you can, I didn't talk about this, but there will be, hopefully, functions, right? Where it's, let's say you want to do function modified. I don't really have this thought out. I haven't written it down in the documents yet, because I'm not sure how to really do this. But the idea would be this would be a compile time function that would run more like a traditional programming function. We'd have some input like a int and then some output, which could be well, even then, for a function, what would be the purpose of returning void? But the main goal of SiliScript is to represent data. Yes. So even with a function that like runs code, because the idea for this would be like, instead of using SiliScript syntax, which does not support things like a plus sign, a func would run like a traditional language. You do a plus 100, and this would return an int of 100 more, right? And then this would have its own syntax, probably very Python inspired, as a lot of this language is already. But this is a whole nother thing. That's gonna be like SiliScript 2.0. But yes, the goal, the main, yeah, goal, yeah, I guess, yeah. The main goal. That is the goal. I mean, it's everything has to be data, because everything has to be convertible to JSON. So how do you convert a void function to JSON? That's what I'm trying to say. Now, here's an example of what a void. Well, if you take your variables are all global like C, then the functions don't have to return shit. Yeah, but there's no global variables in SiliScript, because there aren't even really variables in SiliScript, if that makes sense. There's no mutable data, I guess, in a way, because how do you represent mutable data in JSON? I suppose not, because of just, right, exactly, right? I'm trying to think of a circumstance where that could be in terms of metaprogramming. Like, I want there to be, like, decorators, for example, where you do, like, a metadata where it's like, @do thing. And this would be like, decorator do thing input int. And then you do stuff with this integer. But it put 3 in here and call this. But I guess what's even the point of that? You just do thing 3. Why is it in insert mode? And make this a func, and that'd be the same thing. But then, like, when you put do thing here, it has to return something, because something needs to go in this spot that you put here, because this is a list. So it'd be 1, 2, and then what? It'd be the result of do thing 3. And if not, then what would be the goal, I guess? I don't know. Yeah. It just has to return something. I don't know. I feel ya. But yeah, this is why this language is not going to be too hard to make, because it's not a very featureful language, I guess you could say. It lacks things. There's probably some edge case where it's going to be useful, but I mean, I know, and when I come to that, I'll implement it then. But until then, the language is actually perfect the way it is. I don't really need the custom syntax thing, but it would be nice to do that now. Because if I'm not thinking about it now, every new feature is going to have to be more work to add it in later, when it's already, other things are already implemented. So, yes. I wrote a single test. Are you proud of me? I don't know if this works properly. Let me try it. So if I input this to test silly, and then what's the shortcut to view my terminal? Control plus apostrophe? What the hell? What is that? Is that control plus uptick? Oh, backtick. Okay. That's not a bad shortcut. So if I run that, the output is going to be this, which is exactly what I wrote. There's no trailing new line, which is nice. Lamal, too lazy to explain num data types, but not lazy enough for null. Yeah, basically. And what's funny is there is null in the language, which, I don't know, maybe I should remove it. Well, there was like nullable types, right? Because you can also do, where is, oh, this is test silly. Go back that way. Like you can do, like list question mark, that thing, and then end can be null, like this. Though I haven't implemented that either, but you do, that should be in the docs, I think. I wrote that down. Yeah, I guess for this, you would do it like this, colon, and have this. Yes. I guess. It is in the docs. Tuned. Oh, that's what you're talking about. The fact that I skipped over the number. Yeah. Well, I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do? Hey, an int means an integer. A float means a float, which is an integer but with a decimal place. An unsigned int is an unsigned. Is there ever going to be anyone who does not know what number data types are? They're going to be reading about my language. God, I hope. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll write some really fucking popular tool that'll have SillyScript support in it, and people will learn what SillyScript is. And people who just don't know things will use SillyScript. And then I'll have a programming language that I made that people use. What world that would be. I hope one day. All you need is an example, but I don't remember what uint is. Oh, it's an unsigned integer. It's basically an integer, but it can't be, it has to be 0 or greater, because the signed and unsigned represent like the format of the binary of the number, something like a quote unquote signed means it has a sign that is plus or minus allocated for one of the bits. And then unsigned means that it doesn't have a plus or minus, which means one bit is free, which lets you store way more numbers, surprisingly. Because, like, you know, if you have 4 digits of binary, that lets you store, I believe, up to 15, 0 to 15. Add one more, now it's 0 to 32. So the difference between, you know, a 5-bit number that has 1 bit allocated for, you know, deciding whether it's a positive or negative number, and that and this is, it's the same range. I mean, it's just one starts at -15, one starts at 0. Basically just natural numbers. Yes. Or whole numbers? No, I think you're right. It's natural numbers, right? Whole numbers include negative. Yeah, including 0, but no, whole numbers are positive integers including 0. So it'd be a whole number, right? Whole number? No. I'm reading it right here on the Google AI overview. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm wrong then. Okay, I'm gonna trust you on that. No, it was a Google AI overview. It's not real. It's not fucking real. Don't worry. I promise. I promise. I mean, maybe. I don't know. But, like, I know it's like... Are whole numbers... I remember there was one before whole numbers. When I think back to elementary school when I learned this. I messed up. Natural numbers don't include 0. I was right. And don't let the world forget it. I am a math guru genius. Don't ever math at me again. I'll math forever. I will math forever and no one can stop me. No one. 0 is a fucked up number. I like it though. 0 might be one of like my top 100 favorite numbers. Maybe even top 10 favorite numbers is 0. Number 5 would definitely be 7. No, I think 7 goes higher. I think 7's like number 3. What's your number 1? I don't fuck. So many numbers. Number 100 is pretty irrelevant. I'd say like 6, 7, 8, 9, I guess. I'm sure I could think of 99 more numbers I like more than 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably. Okay, let me write another test. So I guess this is what a test is. I need to write a test when there's going to be an error. So I should do new folder. Well, let me think of an error first. That's silly. So what would be an example of an error? It'd be like 1, 2. God, this combo meter looks so hideous. I need to take it off. How do I remove this? It's fine when I'm doing it, but you can't even read the code that I'm writing when I'm streaming. So is it combo? Power mode, combo location. Can I have it be on the right side? Or yeah, the right side. Counter size, counter threshold, timeout, timer enabled. Hide, I guess. Okay, there, now it's just fire, which is what I really want. Honestly, 7, 8, 9, that's better. Yeah. Oh my god, you made a syntaxing this for making your own syntax. Yes, that's what I was talking about earlier. There's a syntax defining syntax, which let me write custom syntax. And it's going to be great. It's going to be beautiful. Then the world will know who the true programmer is once I make fucking language where you write your own language in it. And I don't mean like Lisp we're like, yeah, I guess you can technically write language in Lisp, but it's like, it's not really, your syntax looks like shit. It looks like garbage. You know, you're not really achieving anything when you write custom syntax in Lisp. No. And silly script, it makes sense. It's logical. But yes. Well, how does it compile into your lint? I'm not really quite sure that, like, compile into my list, you mean? Or are you asking, like, how does it compile in terms of, like, a code linter that verifies the code? Because for that, I don't know yet. I'll just figure it out. For, code linter. I don't know. I'm actually not sure what code linter. Linter is often a yeah. I'm not sure. The answer really is just I have to be smart about it. I think there's gonna be two cases when I add custom syntax to the language, which is one case where the syntax doesn't start with like a parameter. So this would be like I still see the combo meter up there. I still see it up there. So you have the parameter. So let's say you have a syntax, right? Syntax test syntax. And it starts with parameter int, let's say equals something else int. This would be registered as a postfix syntax, meaning it'll parse things as normal, and it'll encounter like an expression, and then after every expression, it goes to the post expression function, which will search through all the syntaxes that are postfix like, which would be this one because it's a expression. And then we're going to look for the thing after that, which is double equals. So that would be, I think, under value parser. Because I use it for the call. Let's see. Parse expression. At the end of parse expression, we go to parse post expression. Can I get this out of here? And then that's where I do parse post expression. So in this function, basically, I will check for this equal sign, assuming the parentheses open check fails. Okay. And then if there is a double equals here, it'll then check for a second expression. And if that matches, it'll be good. And I know what you're thinking, which is, okay, what if you have a second syntax which has stuff afterwards? So test 2, and this would be like something exclamation point, right? Because fuck, I'm insane for making this language. Because but I guess the way it would have to work is that it would parse the equals, see that there's two matches, and then parse the next thing, which can only be an expression. But then what if this is like constant content like this test? I need some sort of way to distinguish whether this, because like test could be an expression, which could fall under here. Like test could be the parameter to a thing, because it could do def something test int, and then it's going to have 1 2 3 equals test, right? And so test, this is the same as for this and the same for this, which is fine here because I get to say, oh, this is ambiguous. But then what's worse is when Oh. And also, I need to figure out the syntax before I get to typing. So realistically, this needs to figure out the syntax here before pre-typing. I don't know. This is hard. I'm sorry to start you with a catch-22, and I'm not sorry. It's okay. I've been thinking about them all the past couple days. It's all I can think about. How am I going to solve this problem? The answer is, who cares? I'm the only person who's going to use this programming language. So if it's a little burnt on the sides, but it doesn't really work that well, then it's all good. It's all good. It's one of those things where people are just going to look at it and think, wow, cool, and then never use it. So I get the bonus points. I get the brownie points of looking epic for writing a syntax in my language. Nuh-uh, if you publish your own GitHub, I'm so down. The GitHub's already published. You can use what I have right now. Let me link it. Some ran dev / silly script. I haven't even written a README yet. Oh, I guess there's a license in there, but yeah, feel free to use it. Go ahead, try your best. Ooh, my throat's dry. Oh, hey, it's been an hour. Okay, Photogenic. I'm getting back into the thing of doing 1 hour streams, because if I don't do that, I'm gonna burn out like crazy again. I have to follow the vibes. I can't set my expectations too high to do 2 hour streams every stream. Let me finish this test, and then I'm gonna call it here for today. Open console. So this is going to be the output for this test.silly, which means I should say this is, what am I gonna call this? Error? What do I even fucking call this? Okay, I should call it whatever this represents in terms of the enums, which is this part. But can I use parentheses in folders? I don't think I can. But I think I'll do an underscore. Parser error. No, that ain't it, chief. I do this. And then I shall see you another. Yes. Dude, yes, salute. Stick around for a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and raid into Moonwood, and I'd appreciate it if I had some people here to raid into there, so I don't look like I'm just raiding myself. So stick with me for like one more second. I'm gonna have this, and it's gonna have a main.silly, and then an expected error.txt, I guess, and that's gonna be the error that it'll have to match perfectly for this to be a valid test. You'll end up having Moon raid into Moonwood. Moonwood raid into Moonwood prop. What does that mean? Oh, because Moonwood's in the fucking chat. Maybe. Maybe. Here, I gotta do fast for it to catch on. Okay. There, I wrote 2 tests. This is a successful stream. Wow, amazing. So good. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. You can't even see me because my camera's off screen. I should probably fix that. I don't know why I haven't made it so my guy stays on screen. I don't know. But yes. Hope you had a wonderful time today, Photogenic. I had a good time. This is a good first starting stream. I look forward to more in the future. Anywho, how the fuck do I raid a person? Raid channel? Why is it Moonwood like the first person? Is Moonwood streaming, right? Following. Where the hell is Moonwood? Is Moonwood not streaming right now? No way. Twitch.tv? I swear I got a... Oh! Wait, what the fuck?
Get more with Geico.
Moonwood Games? Today's Thursday, right? I got the notification. What the hell? 20 minutes ago? For 12 seconds? Where's Moonwood's stream? Wait, what did Moonwood say? I'm not, OBS is bugging. Oh my god! What the hell? What an asshole! Thank you for a stream message. Well, shit. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. Are you about to come back on, or should I just raid this other channel that has a really cute VTuber bunny? You laugh at my suffering. I laugh. It's pretty funny. It's pretty fucking funny. Oh my god. Look at that little poly cute ass bunny. Sorry, Moon. I'm gonna raid the fucking bunny tonight. But my streams are just a bit long. My new stream schedule is 9 p.m. So basically, I'm gonna raid you like most of the time in the future because your stream is like right after mine. So yes, you snooze, you lose. Heart. Okay, I hope you're doing okay. I'll come over in a bit. But I must make connections with furries first. Give me a second. Oh. Anywho, I see y'all later. You gave me the thing. All right, cool. Start raid.
It is. Okay, it's both of them.
Anyway, salute.
Voice game will
Salute.
top immediately,
See you later.
99% top.
Oh, here, I click right now. Cool. And I stop the music. And then I stop my stream.
It just restarted.
Goodbye.